everybody loves happiness, but how the leaders see happiness from their role. That's the whole objective we have for this Executive Harmony podcast. Today we have a wonderful guest, Mr. Anupam Bansal, Executive Director of Liberty Shoes Limited. Welcome, Mr. Anupam Bansal.
Thank you very much, Dr. Arora, and it's a pleasure to be here and to see your lovely setup. I will do my best to be as spontaneous and as natural answers come from my heart. And I think happiness is all about being as natural as possible and not really what I've learned and come back to you.
Sir, happiness is a state of a natural mind or a natural flow of thoughts. That is what we also share from us to you, and we have the same expectation from you. Thank you so much for coming. Dear listeners, this Amity University Centre for Science of Happiness is running under the vision of our Honorable Chancellor, Sir Dr. Atul Chauhan, our Honorable Founder President, Sir Dr. Ashok Chauhan, and the leadership of Dr. Balvinder Shukla Ma'am, who is the Honorable Vice Chancellor. Under that vision, we are having this podcast. So far, we have done 24 podcast sessions. This would be the 25th podcast that we are having. How many of you are aware the first Make in India shoe company in India was Liberty? Yes, my friends, we are here with the person who has been with the foundation of shoe business in India from day one since 1964, when they were doing some export businesses. Then they entered in domestic market in almost 1990s, if I'm right. And then he has made all of us feel comfortable. Our shoes, our feet is so comfortable. So I'm sure everybody loves their own footwears, and the number one brand in that in India and the worldwide coming up is Liberty. So we will take the liberty to ask some happiness questions and learn from this wonderful guest about how he thinks about happiness and spirituality. Sir, first of all, welcome once again, and on behalf of Founder President, sir, we welcome you, sir.
Thank you very much, and for such a lovely introduction, heartful, and I think my welcome to the whole university was so nice, and it makes me happy to begin with. And what a wonderful start and great infrastructure you have got here, and it's pleasure to be part of it. And I believe this is the first time we are shooting in this your new studio.
Yes, in this setup, yes.
Very nice, and it is wonderful, and I think compliments to you and the way you are building happiness. It is such an important topic for everybody, and at the end of the day, I feel the most important thing which corporates should focus upon is happiness of the people. And I think with your vision and training programs, I'm sure you would spread happiness across the world.
Thank you so much, sir. Let's start with the first section that we have is personal happiness. So what does happiness means to you personally?
This is a very, very tough question because, everything means happiness. But for me, if I was to answer in 2 words, when I see people smile, and if I'm able to become any, smallest role to make people smile, I feel that gives me the best happiness. Mm-hmm. So giving smile to people, caring about people gives me happiness.
तो यानी सर लोगों को हंसाते रहें, लोग खुश रहें हमारे आसपास, that is like a big milestone for you, something like that.
Sure. So जब मैं बात करूँ हंसाने की तो कई बार कॉमेडियन वाला चीज आ जाती है, but it's not really about comedian. It's about you feel good. The other person, when I see smile, so I think हंसाने की जगह मैं कहूँगा smile is a better word. So when I see smile and if I'm able to contribute to that smile, actually makes me feel good. If I'm able to do anything for people, whether it is family or staff or help or anybody who's on the road, seeing smile on others' face gives me biggest happiness.
बहुत ज़रूरी है sir. So in your own personal life, when you practice happiness or when you say you are happy, can you say something about your routines or some practices that you say ये तो मुझे करना ही करना है रोज, भले कुछ हो ना हो, ये मेरा फिक्स्ड है, इससे मुझे अंदर खुशी मिलती है and I just want to do it no matter what happens. ऐसा कुछ है सर?
Definitely. So I'm a very nature person. I love looking at nature. चाहे सर्दी हो गर्मी हो. During COVID time, there was a park outside our house, which was in shambles. Nobody was taking care of it. And I used to wake up, go to office. So during that COVID time, I started taking care of that park, which was in Rabbles, and I, started doing gardening there. So since COVID, going to that park every morning, and even if I'm traveling, so that park has become almost like my baby. So I like to meet plants every day in the morning and be in that park for about half an hour. It really relaxes my mind and it gives me great amount of happiness.
Sir, I met something like called as People Baba, एक है यहाँ पे इंडिया में, like who is known for planting the people trees all across. So he loves nature. There is one Isha Sadguru. He is known for, like, some foreign country people say he's a plant man, he's a tree man. But something like nature, what you said, I also feel something like that. ये जो trees हैं, these are our lungs hanging on that, something like that.
Correct.
So oxygen coming from there and we want oxygen, so वही हमारे lungs हैं, sir. So wonderfully put that you love nature.
I will add to your, sir, which happened. So, you know, recently my daughter got married to Minister of Agriculture, Shivraj Singh Chauhan. So he loves planting trees, and I think he has created immense amount of forests within MP. So on the day of the wedding, and I thought that is more like a political agenda. So on the day of the wedding, जब 7 फेरे खत्म हो गए, so he said 8वां फेरा और 8वां वचन मैं तुम सबसे लेना चाहता हूँ. Says I love green earth so much. तो तुम्हारा कोई भी स्पेशल ओकेजन होगा, उन्होंने सबके सामने बोला, चाहे बर्थडे हो, एनिवर्सरी हो या एनी सेलिब्रेशन, you promise me that you'll plant a tree. So I think that is the kind of commitment he brought onto the table, and that really touches me, that how the person can be so passionate, and because he's planting almost 3-4 trees every day. So whenever I've met him anywhere in the world, anywhere in the country, morning routine is planting a tree.
Planting a tree. Sir, मैं इस बात पे थोड़ा चुटकी लेना पसंद करूँगा. When we say planting a tree or planting a seed or planting a small plant. So in our we say there are many campaigns going all across. So they are wanting to promote trees. But I fail to understand why they have to draw chart papers on that, because chart paper come from the trees. So that is a different mindset altogether of some people. So I encourage people, those who are promoting the trees, as sir is saying, so please promote trees to campaigns, but stop using the, you can say, the chart papers, because the more chart papers are destroyed, the more trees are destroyed. So save trees, but no chart papers, right? Let's move on. Sir, liberty has been the household name for decades. So is there anything that you would like to highlight, that human value or the emotional connection that you thought, okay, this has kept us, this brand alive?
So I think the way our corporate position says, we are about people, you know, and I think most of the companies are made with the people who work for them. I can proudly talk about so many workers who have been living or having working relation with us for more than 40-50 years. They come themselves and they almost, but we don't even retire them sometimes, which I don't think it's a great practice, but I think some people get so emotionally connected, and being a people's person and organization culture of being a people, I think that is what I really like. Yes, definitely we are in corporate world. Sometimes now I feel that you need to have more younger organization, not really carry forward with that. But I think how we balance that whole youthfulness, at the same time care about people, is something what we love to bring onto the table. And I think the same is with the consumer. How do you map the consumer journey, and how do you bring happiness on customer face is what keeps the brand alive.
Sir, we invited one guest from SpaceX.
Okay.
So he is a kind of principal propulsion scientist next to Elon Musk only. So one time I asked him, what makes you happy, or how do you see the leaders, whether Musk or maybe the Virgin Airlines CEO, that person, Branson. So I said, how do you differentiate between both of them? He said, Elon Musk is a people's man. I said, how do you say he's a people's man? He says he remembers every name, every birthday of all his employees, and he ensures that he tracks them. कोई घर में प्रॉब्लम होती है, he knows, घर में कैंसर हो रहा है, घर में कुछ हो रहा है, इशू होता है, he keeps a track of them. And I said, Elon Musk, he said he don't want to bother about anybody, he just focus on the work, and that's all. If he keeps track of somebody else, so maybe I can be wrong for Elon Musk, but I love that man because the way he's working. So how do you, are you aware of some personal touches that you make with the employees?
These things happen,
Is it important or not important? Like,
No, it's very important to feel connected, and I think I have the ability to speak to anybody at any point of time, and people are comfortable talking to me and having a conversation. We are a large family business. Sometimes they are scared of meeting certain people, but with
Right.
me, I generate that comfort that even a salesman in the organization can call me at any point of time and discuss his problem. Not that I would say that I encourage too much of direct communication. I like to follow a hierarchy, but they know if they want to reach me, they have the ability to call my number and they know their call will be answered.
so you are fully accessible.
Absolutely.
So they have the liberty to reach out to you.
And also speak their heart to me, and I feel good that they are able to speak the real. Otherwise, a lot of people get into the yes boss culture, and I feel people who are able to talk reality to me rather than just buttering up or you are right sir and you are the boss sir, you're always right. I don't like such kind of people. So I like people who are dynamic, who say right is right or wrong is wrong and are able to sail you through. Those are your real friends and real team members who are focused on the vision and growth and rather than just pleasing you.
सर आपकी बटरिंग से वर्ड्स याद आया मेरे को कि पीपल विल आल्सो अप्रिशिएट एंड दैट मक्खन लगाने वालों की ज़िंदगी नॉर्मली चाकू और छुरी में ही निकल जाती है. So if you like it, then please do comment on that. Sir, since you have been the ED for long, can you please share one of the happiest moment that you had in your personal life, or like you would like to share something, one happiest moment? There would be many, I'm sure. You would like to highlight one.
I don't know what is long for you. So I'm the youngest member in the family, but I recently became AD about, I would say 3 years back. And I've been in business and I've been in active business since 96 because it's a large family company. So the family elders was taking various positions. So I was happy that they chose me, even though I'm one of the youngest members, to be an ED and I represent company in most of the forums. So as far as happy moment is concerned, it's putting my mind into pressure that which happy moment I should talk about really. One of the happiest moment I would say is when I saw my son entering our office, and he came as a learner. Within few weeks of learning, he started teaching me.
Oh wow.
And I think that for me is the happiest moment. He says, Dad, you don't listen and you're only trying to follow your traditional methods, and I think you need to be open to listen to more people. And I always thought I listen to people too much. So when your son is teaching you the new concepts, for me, it's one of the happiest moments.
बहुत बढ़िया sir. Sir, this is a positive thought that you have just shared, and this is a totally reverse of one negative share I have heard about this. And I will just share first the negative part and then I will reiterate what sir has said. And the negative part was share was कि जिसको हमने उंगली पकड़ के चलना सिखाया, आजकल वो ही हमें दाएं बाएं कर रहे हैं. So that was the negative thing I have heard. But what sir said was that somebody whom we have, our own son, is now taking the role and he's too happy, and then son is too cooperative. That is a positive part. Otherwise, people, those who are supporting, sometimes on another note, not just family perspective, but even friends perspective. So life is tough, but I'm glad that happiness is touching you in these manners. So that's so deep.
And also let me tell you the deeper thought behind it. I feel the legacy business is what we are handling. Succession planning is the most important. Right. And as one of the leadership team members, I bring to the table is how do we make businesses completely risk-free from the founder and the founder's wish. How the company can run so independently, and especially in the large family network. Otherwise, a lot of businesses, and you would have heard, by second or third generation starts giving problems, and if people don't plan these things well. And I think this is one of the agendas, and I want people to become completely I would say, aware of this fact, so that how can business run seamlessly and not work on your whims and fancies. So I feel good. I could come to you without disturbing my office schedule, and the company can run so seamlessly and independently. I think that makes me feel happy that we have done something, and we are here to achieve something more.
Sir, for our audience, those who are not aware of the history behind the organization Liberty, क्या आप कुछ कहना चाहेंगे उनको about your organization?
Oh, I think you have given some introduction. So we are a family group where Liberty was started way back in 54, just as one shoe shop. दिन के 4 जोड़ी जूते बनते थे, वो भी हाथ से. So in 64 we got into exports, and we were 100% export oriented unit. We got into domestic market. In fact, we developed as a very family driven culture. I'm the youngest person in the second generation, and the third generation is almost ready to get into the business. That is why I'm talking about how we are trying to transform the business, because the family becomes large, that how the younger generation starts taking succession a lot faster and easier, and we don't become a roadblock in that whole process.
So sir, हम ऐसा हिंदी में सुनते हैं, जब बाप की जूती बच्चे के पैर में आ जाए तो बच्चा बड़ा हो गया सर. So
हमारी जूती तो बच्चों के पैरों में हर रोज ही जाती है.
Very well said sir. सर जूतों के कारण हम 2 मुहावरे ही सुनते हैं हमेशा नॉर्मल लाइफ. एक, गलती करोगे तो जूते पड़ेंगे, और
जूतों से ही लोगों की पहचान है.
जूतों से ही लोगों की पहचान है. सर आप यकीन करेंगे शायद आपको, लाइक आई हैव हर्ड देयर आर सम मीटिंग्स, वहाँ पे लोगों की पहचान उनके जूतों से ही होती है. वो कहते हैं अगर बिजनेस करना है, कुछ करना है, पहले उनका जूता तो देखो. बिफोर दे आस्क देयर होम एड्रेस कि आप किस लोकेलिटी में रहते हैं, पहले वो कपड़े ही देख रहे हैं, पहले वो जूते ही देख रहे हैं. सो जूतों की इतनी अहमियत है. शूज आर सो मच इम्पॉर्टेंट. दिस शोज अ क्लास आल्सो, एंड देयर आर मेनी बिग थिंग्स दैट यू आर डूइंग. लेट्स गेट बैक. सर, many organizations are under pressure. So happiness is like be nice sometimes. Is it advantage as an organizational to be nice to your partners, strategic competitors, or something? Is it nice to be? It is nice to be nice.
See, philosophically, I like to be nice to people, right? At the same time, I would also like to say, in the Indian context, being over nice to people is not motivating for a lot of people. So you need to choose, are you using carrot or stick today? Sometimes being nice all the time can be taken for granted. So you need to also bring the culture of, you need to do it. Sometimes being too emotionally, bent also makes people lethargic. So we need to create a right balance. People should know that I'm here when they need me or the organization is desired, but they should also know that they can't take work for granted. They can't be just, अच्छा गलत भी काम करते रहोगे तो शाबाशी ही मिलेगी, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए.
सर जूते तो पड़ने चाहिए, गलती हो रही है तो, नहीं तो
ऐसा कभी कॉम्प्लेसेंट हो जाते हैं ना, बिकॉज उनको फिर ध्यान नहीं रहता. देखो, बॉडी या ह्यूमन नेचर हमेशा आराम परस्त है. नॉट एवरीबडी इज अ गो गेटर. देयर ओनली 2-3% people in the world population which are driven and go getters, and we need to keep on identifying them, promoting them, and create a culture in the organization that you need to create a right work life balance where work is important. You can have some odd days. I will be very considerate, ठीक है आज birthday है, चलो late हो गए. But if you start coming late to office every day, if you have urgent work every day, if you're lazy every day, that's not okay.
That's not okay. That's not okay. सर जैसे नॉर्मल हम जो देखते हैं, कभी किसी को गिफ्ट देना होता है, सो नॉर्मली लोग जूते नहीं सोचते. सो ऐसा कभी हुआ है कि आपको किसी ने जूते ही गिफ्ट दिए हो, या आप कहते हो ये तो यही इनको जूते ही गिफ्ट दो, ऐसा कभी कुछ होता है, या आप जूते गिफ्ट देते हैं, ऐसा कभी होता है क्या?
Okay, so let me start with a little bit different approach.
Please.
जूता बहुत सारे लोगों के घर से बाहर उतार के रखते हैं. हाँ. हमारे घर में शूज आर वेलकम. इनफैक्ट हम तो डाइनिंग टेबल पे भी शूज रख लेते हैं, हमें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं
wow.
होती है. सो तो शूज आर फॉर अस आर इंटीग्रल पार्ट. सो हम हमारे लिए शूज की एक अलग अहमियत है, राइट. हैविंग सेड सो, क्योंकि हम जूते के व्यापार के अंदर हैं, वी आर इन शू बिजनेस, सो जनरली कोई हमें शूज गिफ्ट करता ही नहीं है, बिकॉज उनको लगता है यार ये तो इनकी खुद की कंपनी है. सो आई हैव द प्रिविलेज ऑफ गिफ्टिंग शूज टू मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल, एंड आई थिंक इट हैज टच्ड मेनी हार्ट, एंड आई थिंक आई हैव नेटवर्क्ड विद मेनी पीपल जस्ट बाय गिफ्टिंग शूज. एंड द गुड पार्ट इज आफ्टर गिफ्ट द कॉम्प्लीमेंट्स विच यू गेट, यार आपका जूता बड़ा कंफर्टेबल था. In fact, very recently, old gentleman, he's at some top corporate job, or I would say a great position. He says, "Yeah, I have this foot problem and I am not able to get the right pair for myself. Can you help me?" Yeah, for sure. So there are many people who generally have some problem finding the right foot. As a shoe designer, as a footwear expert, I understand what they really want, and because we have infrastructure, I'm able to do a lot of things. Not that we can do customized shoes also, but not that I'm customizing shoes for them every time, but at least choosing the right fit for somebody is a great validation we can bring onto the table. In fact, I was talking to your Vice Chancellor that how students, and I would not say the top white collar students, if we can create a training program whereby the batch could become a footwear fitting expert, and upgrade the salesmanship level to a foot therapist, whereby fitting a shoe, because you get a shoe always bites.
Shoe bites.
Right? And not everybody is aware of the foot anatomy and which shoe fits the right foot. So I think doing that particular bridge would be a great human relief. And if जूते comfortable होते हैं ना, तो पूरा mind comfortable रहता है and leads to happiness. So right. I think the happiness starts from your shoe.
सर, हैप्पी शूज जो रियल शूज होते हैं, हैप्पी शूज कैसे आप डिफाइन करेंगे? कैसे आप बोलेंगे कि हैप्पी शूज हैं? आप साइज बोलेंगे, क्या क्या आप बोलना, क्या फैक्टर्स बोलना चाहेंगे उसमें आप?
ओके, सो
हैप्पी शूज.
ओके, सो इफ यू लुक एट इट, क्लोज योर आईज एंड यू वुड सी 90% ऑफ द वुमेन गो टू अ पार्टी और टू अ ओकेजन और शॉपिंग, आके सबसे पहले जूते उतारते हैं, यार मैं परेशान हो गया आज.
हाँ सर.
And that would be a very common phenomenon or scene, more in women, less in men because they are wearing heels. So for me, happy shoes are something, यार जूते उतारने की आपको याद ही ना आए. Like the shoe I'm wearing, they are so comfortable. They are so comfortable कि यार मैं बेड पे लेट भी जाऊंगा ना, सो जाऊंगा. I don't think so I'll have a need to remove shoes. So for me, those are the happy moments.
So on a lighter note, to all the wives who are listening to us, or think the normal routine of a husband who goes on the bed with the shoes, पहली तो डांट पड़ती है मिसेस से कि जूते तो उतार के सो जाओ पलंग पे. So on a that is lighter note, but yes, the way that sir is saying is if you forgot the shoes as a different part of your body, as a part of your body, if you think shoes are, you are very much aligned with the quality of the shoes, or you can say the happy shoes. एक जूते और आपकी बॉडी अगर वो एक हो जाती है, then it is the happy shoes.
Okay. और जो है इसमें नोट देना चाहता हूँ, जो आपने ऐड किया, आते उसको ये नहीं लगना चाहिए यार मैं जूतों के कारण थका हुआ हूँ.
हाँ.
Shoes should be your partner to increase your productivity rather than saying यार ये इन जूतों के कारण मैं चल नहीं पा रहा.
तंग आ गया. वो हील है सर, वो है. How much it is right? I heard कि when the heel was first created, it was made for the men, not for the female. How much it is right?
See, if you look at it, I shouldn't say that in today's world where men and women are equal, but if you look at it, most of the culture and the fashion started with men. So अगर आप देखेंगे तो अगर जूते बने तो सबसे पहले men के लिए जूते बने, right?
Okay.
Not women. और ऐसा नहीं है कि, और प्रिविलेज हमेशा men को दी जाती थी. किसी भी समाज या और सोसाइटी की आप बात करें, मतलब चाहे वो कपड़े हुए, चाहे जूते हुए, चाहे श्रृंगार हुआ, इवन एवरीथिंग. सो मेन वाज considered, which I should not be quoted as in the negative sense, because I believe that women and men are equal in today's day and age. So jute bane, and the transformation also evolved from there, where now we say heels are more relevant to women to increase height and to improve their body posture.
Sir, what does spirituality means to you? is it like, I'm not saying it is a religion, not that perspective, but in another sense, we keep religion and this word separate, but still, what do you think as in?
So for me, spirituality, because I'm not, like I would say, I'm super spiritual or whatever. For me, spirituality is being with yourself, whereby you are able to concentrate and use yourself and your energy to cure and to feel contented in life. When I say contented, I'm not trying to be like contented with everything. Dealing with your own thought process and use that as an energy to cure yourself is spirituality to me.
सर ये एक सवाल मेरे बहुत टाइम से था मन में कि those who are spiritual seekers on a different height, they always say you should wear a खड़ाओ, means लकड़ी का वो चप्पल पहननी पड़ती है.
Correct.
So लकड़ी की चप्पल से लेके इनकम्फर्टेबल शूज़ तक की जो जर्नी है, इसमें कुछ आपको सर नज़र आता है कि ऐसा क्या हुआ कि वो लकड़ी की चप्पल हमें चाहिए थी और वहाँ से ऐसा क्या हुआ कि ये रिक्वायरमेंट आ गई सर, डिमांड ऐसे कैसे आई कि मतलब उस कल्चर से लेके जहाँ पे नंगे पैर घूमते थे और खड़ाव पहनते थे, अब वो यहाँ तक पहुँच गए हैं, ऐसा कुछ आपको नज़र आता है कुछ?
So I'll share my experience, right? So I can understand नंगे पैर से better कोई चीज़ नहीं है.
हाँ,
because when you are able to feel the environment, the nature with your shoes. खड़ाऊ आई क्योंकि उस टाइम वुड होती थी और कोई कंटूरिंग की चीज़ नहीं होती थी और फ्लैट थी. In today's context, I would not say they are the most comfortable or advisable thing to be worn. Having said so, foot को एक आराम चाहिए और आपकी फुट एनाटमी या साइंटिफिक तरीकों से जो आज हमने सॉफ्ट फ्लेक्सिबल सोल बनाए हैं, जो आज हमने मटेरियल्स का इस्तेमाल किया विच इज़ ब्रीदेबल, आई थिंक टेक्नोलॉजी हैज़ इवॉल्व. सो मैं तो ये नहीं कह पाऊंगा कि खड़ाऊ के अंदर बेस्ट स्पिरिचुअलिटी आती है. हाँ, मैं नंगे पैर को compete नहीं कर सकता, बट अगर आपको फुट प्रोटेक्शन चाहिए, आई थिंक देयर आर बेटर मटेरियल्स. और मैं कहीं पर भी ये नहीं कहना चाहूँगा कि हमें प्लास्टिक या जैसे मैन मेड मटेरियल्स का इस्तेमाल करना चाहिए. एज नेचुरल मटेरियल्स एज पॉसिबल, एज वेल कनेक्टेड यू आर विद नेचर. अगर आप ग्रीन एनवायरनमेंट पे फोकस कर रहे हैं, यूज रबर, यूज लेदर. I think I would like to promote it. At the same time, I'm neither promoting animal torture nor promoting plastics.
Right. Sir, हर organization में there are some KPIs होते हैं.
Correct.
Key Performance Indicators. So अगर आपको ये कहा जाए कि like in case you want to promote the happiness and well-being in your organization, do you want to pick up few KPIs के I will keep a track of this. If this happens, my happiness of the organization must be growing. Anything you can recall, anything you want to pinpoint?
See, like I said, I think we also chatted Raj Naik, which is a common friend. He runs House of Cheer and he created happiness index for organizations, right? And you are aware of that. He did once a training program and I really wanted to bring happiness. Culturally, I am aligned with what he says, but happiness is a very subjective term, right? Sometimes the scoring becomes difficult. So I think happiness as a culture is something which I really promote it as a great KPI. But when it comes to business goals, I liked a slightly more numeric value, in the KPI so that it doesn't become subjective. So for Anupam Bansal's analysis per se, I feel I like KPIs which are very objective driven. While I believe happiness should be there, but happiness as a KPI is not feasible. Not feasible according to me.
Not feasible.
As a KPI, as a culture, yes.
Sir, I think many of the audience might not be aware. In UK, there is a Ministry of Loneliness. जैसे Ministry of Education होता है, they have made a Ministry of Loneliness. India, maybe many are not aware still. We have our own Department of Happiness in Government of India. So शिवा चौहान जी के ही अंडर में मिनिस्ट्री है, डिपार्टमेंट बना हुआ है. डिपार्टमेंट उसको कहते हैं राज्य आनंद संस्थान, स्टेट मिनिस्ट्री डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ हैप्पीनेस. सो
इवन आई वाज नॉट अवेयर ऑफ दिस.
सो सर ये हो रहा है और वी आर पार्टनर, लाइक वी आर डूइंग वर्कशॉप जॉइंटली विद देम फॉर लास्ट 4 years. तो हम वो भी कर रहे हैं. सो द CEO ऑफ डिपार्टमेंट इज अटैच विद अस. सो इफ यू हैव टू क्रिएट एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ऑफ द फ्यूचर, मतलब हमेशा हम ये कहते हैं ना कि खुश रहो, तो मतलब वो फ्यूचर की बात है. अगर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ऑफ द फ्यूचर वी हैव टू मेक, what do you think, what leadership style you would like to add on or you would like to continue with that? Anything you foresee? कि ये AI आ रहा है, AI is coming big way, this is many things coming, so people would be flying, different kinds of shoes required. What kind of thing you think?
So should I speak from the product-centric point of view or an organization-centric point of view?
Organization point of view. Okay.
Say as an organization
Of future.
While I believe in AI fully, like it is a great source, but I would like people to be creative on their own, how they use their mind, and I think human mind is the best.
Is the best, for sure.
And I want the real mind to be used. We will use technology, but I don't want to use artificial intelligence. I want to use real intelligence. So as a culture to the organization, I would want to use real intelligence and not really artificial intelligence.
सर हम ना कई मजाक में बोलते हैं देयर इज़ वन AI एंड देयर इज़ वन RI. सो आज आपने वो बोल ही दिया है कि AI भी ज़रूरत है पर RI ज़्यादा ज़रूरत है. RI टेंशन में आ रहा है आजकल सर.
We should be very cautious about the word as a balance. That, you know, I still remember, I'll give you a simple example. I would remember at least 100, 200 phone numbers easily and I will just dial them. Somehow these productivity enhancement tools are taking, you know, our mind work down. नहीं होता कहते जो चीज़ को तुम इस्तेमाल करते रहोगे वो अच्छी होती रहेगी और जो चीज़ तुम इस्तेमाल करना बंद कर दोगे वो खराब हो जाएगी. I don't want कि people's mind should get जंग नहीं लग जाए उसके अंदर.
जंग ना लग जाए सर.
Right? AI भी है ना, आप जितना ट्रेन करोगे वो स्मार्ट. I don't want AI to become smarter. मतलब तुम अपने पे विश्वास करना भूल जाओ. It is something like you put an address on Google, सामने बिल्डिंग दिख रही है, नहीं गूगल ने इधर उधर भेज दिया तो हम कह रहे नहीं यार AI पे. So I think that kind of balance has to be maintained, and it in turn what happens is you are giving your mind to somebody else. Somebody else starts, you know, driving how you think. I don't think so that power should be given to the computer so much. I think how you control rather than being controlled. So I think जो spirituality में बोला, you should be in your control. So it is very anti-spirituality if we take too much of AI. AI till the time it is productivity enhancement, I love it. We can do lot more faster. But I think if it start taking your intelligence away and your mind away, और उसमें जंग लग गया तो बड़ी प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगी.
So there is a campaign going on in US which the ladies are saying that we want AI to do the house chores and we want to do the painting and the creative work. But what AI is doing now is that AI is making us do the house chores and they are doing the creative stuff.
Correct.
So this is what is happening now.
And
so
I completely agree with that, and that's what I'm saying. So we need to do AI or use AI to do things which we don't want to do. And in fact, we are trying to use AI in our real creative skills. So I think I completely agree. While I don't want to sound non-technology focused, I don't want to sound too traditional, but I think a word of caution should always be there in our mind. Like, you know, today everybody is saying, oh, you put all the data on AI. Who knows how that data will be misused against you? So knowledge is something which we need to protect as an asset. While sharing is caring and sharing is what you gain, teaching is such a great profession, what you do, which is about sharing knowledge. So I want to share, but I don't want to just put it in public domain and become irrelevant.
Sir, one spiritual aspect which every parent will relate with the shoes is जिस बच्चे को जूते ना पड़े हों वो बच्चा सुधरा नहीं होगा. सो जूते का इतना रेलिवेंस है सर, शूज़ का इतना रेलिवेंस है ऑन के मतलब वो सुधार देता है. क्योंकि वी से कि somebody even on lighter note, heavy note, we say that those who have seen if I want to say that a question was asked to the prince of, you can say, the Dubai and the king of Dubai. He said, how do you see your children doing in next future? So he said, look, our forefathers used to come on camels. Our generation is going on BMWs and Audis and all. Then he said, sir, can you foresee what your children would be coming on? He said, they will be coming back on camels. He said, sir, don't you see the next level? He says, tough times create tough people. Tough people create good times. Good times create weak people. And weak people create tough times. So my next generation is coming on a very good time. So I have to make them very hard, because they should not live on the, you can say, complacence kind of a thing, and they forget about the past, how hard time we have taken. So,
but that example is quite visible. If you see Europe, it's struggling with, I would say, deterioration. So I think, and that's a cycle which everybody follows, and that's what I was trying to say, that we need to be mindful that we should not become too complacent and start giving too much energy to AI. Like, sometimes I feel, 15 years back, I could not realize the fact, and I want to make this honest confession. I went to China for the first time and I said, Google nahi chalta hai yahan par, Instagram nahi chalta hai, Facebook nahi chalti, how do you keep in touch? My daughter was there with me, only Chinese channels and no YouTube working. And I was like, God, this country, why can't they think slightly more holistically? But today I understand where recently we have been seeing that how all such social media tools have started, playing with our mind, and we are forced to think the way they tell us to think.
Agenda, sir. Agenda.
So I think we need to be cautious about it.
Right. So before we end up this section, sir, कोई ऐसा जूता बनाने वाले हैं कि जिसके पढ़ने से दिमाग सीधा हो जाए? ऐसा कुछ बनाने वाले हैं आप कुछ? क्योंकि पेरेंट्स आर वेटिंग फॉर अ बेटर शूज फॉर कि मतलब बच्चे सीधे भी हो जाएं.
प्यार से पेरेंट्स की बात करें तो आई थिंक जो अगर हम चिल्ड्रन शू की बात करें, हर एक पेरेंट का एक होता था यार हर 6 महीने बाद ये जूते बदलने पड़ते. बट आई थिंक वी आर वेरी फेमस फॉर किड शूज, स्पेशली अगर हम स्कूल शूज की बात करें. लिबर्टी गॉट ह्यूज पॉपुलैरिटी बिकॉज वी एक्चुअली मेड कंफर्टेबल शूज. नहीं तो यार जूते स्कूल के होते थे, सब कहते थे यार ये ना हमें 300-400 रुपए का जूता चाहिए, एंड द वर्स्ट ऑफ द क्वालिटी मटेरियल्स वर बीइंग यूज्ड. So Liberty transformed a good comfortable shoe, or in fact we were the first one to make a combination of a formal shoe and a sports shoe together. So people could have PT games in the same shoe and a formal wear looking shoe. So I think those are the innovations we have done. And मैं कभी जूते पढ़ने वालों पे इनकरेज नहीं करता था. मेरे को लगता था कि बच्चों को सही पढ़ाना है तो उनको समझाना ही पड़ेगा. टुडे आई थिंक जूता पढ़ना या डंडा पढ़ना इज अ टाइम ऑफ पासे. हाउ यू उनको समझा के और उनको रियल काउंसलिंग करके, जैसे काफ़ी कुछ हद तक आप एमिटी में करते हो. आई सॉ सच स्मार्ट स्टूडेंट्स, एवरीबडी स्माइलिंग. वो डर सहम के नहीं घूम रहे थे. गिविंग देम इंडिपेंडेंस टू एक्सप्रेस देमसेल्फ एंड अप्रिशिएट व्हाट दे आर डूइंग. आई थिंक दैट इज द बिगेस्ट एनकरेजमेंट we as parents or you guys as teachers can bring to the table to make a successful nation.
So now we go to the next section. It's called cool fire round. It is a kind of a rapid fire where I will be firing few questions to you, one liner, and I will request you to answer in a very few words or as precise as possible.
Do we get also hamper after that?
Yes, you will get it. You will get it, sir. So here's the first fire. One word that defines your personal happiness philosophy. You can say like happiness is dash something.
Happiness is being contented.
Being contented. Okay. When you were stressed at work, what works for you? Walk, a laugh, a nap, or a shoe polish?
I would say a nap.
A nap. So 15 मिनट 20 मिनट ले लेते हैं आप बीच में.
No, so I think that's not. But if I'm really stressed out, I will go out from office, and not that I will take nap in office, but I will go out, be with myself.
One word your team uses to describe you. Maybe it is no.
I'm always smiling.
Nice. So you can be then the best happiness ambassador then for India then also. A song that instantly lifts your mood. Any favorite song of yours?
मेरा जूता हिंदुस्तानी.
ये तो बनता है सर, ये तो फेमस गाना बनता है. Do you want to sing that song?
I'm not a great singer, but
just few words you want to say?
I will send you a link. You can play it.
Okay, done. Coffee, chai or barefoot walk?
Barefoot walk.
Barefoot walk.
Barefoot walk with a coffee.
ठीक है sir, granted. One gadget you would happily live without?
To be very honest, without phone sometimes is a great happiness.
Without phone.
Yes.
Sir, I heard somewhere that even Elon Musk, when he was sitting in an interview, the interviewer just asked his phone. And he said, I want to just check your phone, how much time you use for the phone for. He opened the password and all, then he checked up the well-being digital usage of the phone. It was 1 minute in almost 5 days. And he said, don't you use your phone? You were the ChatGPT owner, you were the Tesla and all that. I said, I just use phone, nothing. So some people are with the phone, some people are without the phone. This is life going on.
So, like I spend a lot of time on phone, but at the same time, I get most relaxed when I'm without the phone.
So the young generation should listen. You should make sure you have the shoes on, keep running, keep doing work, less time on the screen time. Which shoe style describes your personality the best? Formal, sporty, comfy, or fancy?
Comfy.
Comfy. If you could design a happiness shoe, what would its slogan be? Any punchline you want to make for the happy shoe?
So I think the brand which we thought of Healers right now, which I introduced about 5 years back, and it says the art of comfort. And I think the way I described in my earlier question, comfort leads to happiness. And it is about comfort, not just about shoes, it's about comforting your life, comforting your mind, comforting everything. So I think art of comfort is happiness to me.
What's one habit that neuroscience says that we should all adopt? Anything you are aware of the neuroscience that is attached with the science of shoemaking? Anything you would like to say?
So there are various technologies which we put on the insole, which stimulate certain nerves to relax. A lot of science coming from physiotherapy, on foot side, coming from thigh massage to acupressure massage, or I would say massaging techniques. So I think a lot of techniques have been worked upon. We constantly keep on using on footwear here and there. But at the same time, I want people to be mindful. These are just relaxants, no medical benefit to it.
And the last one, how can we as a nation walk towards collective happiness? कि सब खुश रहें इंडिया में, वर्ल्ड में, क्या आप कहते हैं सर?
सब लिबर्टी के साथ वॉक करो तो सब खुश रहेंगे.
Liberty has walk karo. So thank you so much for this, taking all the rapid fire and firing back in a happy manner. Now we enter into the next, sir, gift hamper is due. We will, after the...
That was more like a joke.
No, it's a serious one. It's due, sir. It's there in the next section. Now we enter into the next section called as guest to guest talk. Just before this podcast, we had our lovely guest, Dr. Pareen Somani. She came from UK to our Amity campus, and she has left a question for our guest.
You should have let her leave. We should have interacted in person.
I will pass on this request to Dr. Pareen Somani that why you left before he is here. So he just, one question in short that she wanted to know was, what kind of happiness policies or well-being that you are doing for your organization, and just a little bit on that.
So to be very honest, I want to be truthful. So there is no happiness policy documented because I don't want to just give a fake answer. It's not there, but I take your suggestion, and we should create a happiness policy in the company which should get documented, while I do all my effort to keep all my people happy, but there's no policy per se.
Okay. So Dr. Pareen Somani, that's the answer for your question, and he has honestly said what is inside going on. And now I will request you to leave one question for our next guest of honor, and you don't know who that person could be. It's a blind question given to the next guest.
To be very honest, should it be related to happiness, or it could be anything?
You can say it's a talk from leader to leader.
Okay.
So happiness is one part only, and many questions have happiness inside that only, but you can ask a bigger questions also.
So the question I would like to ask is, happiness is what makes everybody happy. How do you deal with sadness?
How do you deal with sadness? So this is
because it's a right emotion, because it is important to be sad at times and it's not realistic to be happy all the time. So it is important that we learn to deal with sadness also. So and we need to also find ways to deal with sadness.
So here is the question from Mr. Anupam Bansal, the ED of Liberty Shoes, to our next guest, that how to deal with sadness. Happiness could not be done 24/7. So how do you deal with sadness? So with this, we come to the closing of this section also of Leader to Leader Talk. And it's been a wonderful interaction with you, Bansal sir. And I'm sure our audience also will listen to this full podcast and will learn some tidbits on, you can say, on this discussion of happiness. Now, with this section, now we are closing. I will request you to leave one message for our audience.
I think your professor is doing a great job in spreading happiness. I think the message I would like to give is, be happy, and once you are happy, you will be able to spread happiness, and happiness is what will build a great nation. Lovely to be with you, Professor, and I think it was wonderful interacting. And I have not spoken and done so much of thoughtfulness on happiness, and I hope my answers were making you happy and not making you feel stressed that what am I trying to do with this such a beautiful topic called happiness. I hope even the audience likes those questions and can be inspiring. And in case anybody has any feedback, I would love to hear that feedback, what they felt about our interaction. It will be a great learning for me to see how people reacted to and how many felt related to our discussion.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bansal. And many of the audience, those who are hooked on the TVs, they must be also aware of Idea Buzz. That is, you can say, a Shark Tank kind of a concept for entrepreneurs, where he is the titan in that. Titan is the synonym of sharks in the Shark Tank. In Idea Buzz, we say to be titans. So he is a wonderful observer of pitches of, you can say, of startups. So we will be now going to the next discussion with the startup people also in the next meeting. And it's been an absolute pleasure to be with you, sir. And I'm sure we will have multiple more interactions after this interaction of happiness is going on. And with this, we come to the end of this 25th podcast with our wonderful global leader, Mr. Anupam Bansal. I would like to thank once again all our wonderful team who had made this possible. Once again, thank you to our Honorable Founder President, sir, our Honorable Chancellor, sir, and our Honorable Vice Chancellor, ma'am, for making this Center of Happiness possible. And with this initiative of Happiness Podcast called Executive Harmony, Conversation Global Leaders on Happiness and Spirituality. This session has been a wonderful learning for me, talking to somebody who is the #1 shoemaker in India, and we have been using the comfort that he has been providing to the world over. Like, you all must be wearing the shoes, and it's been too much comfortable talking to him. And we will come back with the next podcast very soon with the next global leader. Till then, stay happy, stay blessed, and keep watching the podcast and keep commenting on whatever you have questions. We'll get back to you. Thank you so much. Till the next time, thank you so much.